Good afternoon. Thank you for being here. I'm New York State Attorney General Eric Schneiderman. I'm pleased to be joined here today by my colleagues, Marty Mack, my Executive Deputy Attorney General, who supervises all my regional offices, and two Assistant Attorneys General, Ben Bruce and Judy Malkin, who are both instrumental in the investigation that has led us to a first-in-the-nation, really groundbreaking set of agreements to protect consumers and to improve public safety on our roads and highways. An extensive investigation by my office found hundreds of used cars with serious uncorrected problems that had been identified in safety recalls, but that were sold to unwitting consumers all across New York with no notice of the problems or the fact that safety recalls had been issued. As I will explain in a moment, today's announcement will help make sure New Yorkers have the information they need to make safe, informed car purchases, and will make all of us safer. Ladies and gentlemen, last year, more than 35,000 people were killed in car crashes in the United States. We've taken many steps to reduce those numbers, but consumers expect and have the right to expect that both government and the private sector will do everything possible to ensure that safe driving to our jobs, our schools, and our homes is always possible. And one of the key ways we do this is our system of safety recalls. If either a car manufacturer or the National Highway Transportation Safety Administration determines that a vehicle creates an unreasonable safety risk or fails to meet minimum safety standards, a safety recall is issued. When that happens, whoever owns the car, a consumer or a dealer, can get the car repaired at a manufacturer-certified repair facility free of charge. Used car buyers reasonably assume that if a safety recall is issued for a particular vehicle, the defect will be repaired before the car is sold once again. But in our investigation, my office found that this was far from the case. Beginning in December 2015, we started receiving complaints from consumers and consumer advocates alerting us that some dealers had advertised and sold used cars with dangerous, unrepaired safety defects, even though safety recalls were issued before the cars were sold. My office investigated. We identified 102 models with serious and widespread problems and safety recalls issued for each of those models. These defects included unintended acceleration, airbag problems, loss of steering, vehicle fires, and other hazards. Serious risks, not only for the purchasers of the car, but also for other drivers on the road, because obviously if you have a problem with your car and you experience unintended acceleration, that can hurt other people as well. So for 60 days after identifying these cars, and we really broke down the models by the number of complaints, the severity of the safety problem. These are some of the models that we were particularly concerned about. And you can see these are cars that sell a lot. There are many thousands of them sold in New York State every year. So for 60 days, our offices around the state monitored all advertisements for the 102 car models we identified. And in that period of time, we found more than 1,600 cars with unrepaired safety recalls advertised for sale by dozens of dealerships all across New York. We issued subpoenas to over 100 dealerships and confirmed that their ads did not disclose the defects, and the overwhelming majority of their customers bought the car with no notice of any kind that a safety recall had been issued. Our investigation found that 90 cars in the 60-day window with open recalls were sold just in Syracuse and Watertown. In other areas of the state, Buffalo, Binghamton, Poughkeepsie, and Rochester, more than 100 cars with open recalls were sold to unsuspecting customers. Statewide, we found that in this 60-day window, more than 350 cars with open recalls were sold, and only 12 buyers out of the 350 cars had any notice of the defects and the safety recalls. Consumers rely on businesses to be fair and honest about the goods they sell, particularly when it comes to matters of safety. And under New York State law, it is a deceptive business practice if a car dealer or any other merchant fails to disclose a material fact about a vehicle before it's sold. Nothing could be more material than whether or not a car is safe to drive. So today, I'm pleased to be announcing settlements with more than 100 dealerships statewide including 25 here in Syracuse, that establish the highest standards of transparency for the nation for used car safety recalls. This is really a groundbreaking agreement. To their credit, the dealers who signed these agreements, and they're coming in quickly, I think we received a couple more signed agreements just this morning, the dealers who signed these agreements have demonstrated they want to do the right thing by their customers. These folks are good corporate citizens. They want to ensure public safety. They just want to know what the rules are and that everyone else is following them so they don't have a competitive disadvantage. And I would urge all car dealers in the state to join them in adopting these common sense standards and signing on to our agreement. Our new standards require dealers to clearly disclose in all advertisements that a vehicle has an unrepaired safety recall. In online ads, they have to provide a link for consumers to check the recall status. Dealers will also provide notice of any unrepaired safety recall on a decal or a sticker on a car windshield to notify shoppers at car lots. And before a sale is completed, the dealers will provide written notice of any unrepaired safety recall. Now, many dealers may choose to get the recall repair done before offering the vehicles for sale, which means they don't have to provide the notice. Notices set forth in the agreement. That's great. We want dealers to get the repairs done, and this provides an incentive for them to do so. Finally, the dealers have agreed to notify all consumers who purchased vehicles with unrepaired safety recalls since January 1st, 2016. So in addition to selling cars with proper notice going forward or doing the repairs themselves, they're going to send retroactively notices to anyone who bought a car with a safety recall starting in January 1st, 2016, giving the consumers a chance to go online, find out what the status of the recall is, get the repair, and it's very important for consumers to do that. Consumers should check the status of their own vehicles by going to nhtsa.gov and entering your car's vehicle identification number. If there's an outstanding defect, it must be disclosed now before a sale, and if a repair isn't immediately available to a consumer, these notices will allow consumers to make an informed decision to follow up with the manufacturer when the repair becomes available. And the dealers will be providing my office within 90 days of signing the agreement reports showing the names and addresses of everyone they've sent a notice to. And we've already received reports from some of these dealers who are moving quickly, showing that there are thousands of New Yorkers who have now received these safety recall notices and are in a position to make sure that their cars are safe. We will be able to monitor the program through these reports. And I'm very proud of the team that worked on this investigation. New York is the first state in the nation to require this type of disclosure and notice to consumers, and I'm proud that our state is leading the way for stronger consumer protections and public safety. Nothing is more important than our safety. People should be able to drive to their homes, their schools, their jobs without fear. This ensures that if you get a car with a safety recall, you have a fair chance to fix it, and provides an incentive for car dealers to get them fixed before they even sell it to you. So this is a win-win-win, and we're very, very pleased with the result, and pleased by the response of New York's auto dealers who are signing up very quickly for these agreements and sending them into our office.